Greetings from Discover Incredible Vietnam. Today our topic is the sayings of the late President of Vietnam, Ho Chi Minh. President Ho Chi Minh's real name is Nguyen Sinh Cung, born on May 19, 1890. He is the one who gave birth to the Democratic Republic of Vietnam, the Socialist Republic of Vietnam today, the supreme leader of the nation. He has immeasurable merit for each Vietnamese, an immortal monument and the beloved elderly father of the whole nation, not only bringing independence and the precious freedom, but also Ho Chi Minh's wise sayings about ethics, learning, unity, and patriotism are profound lessons that foster the Vietnamese people to live with virtues of thriftiness, righteousness, integrity, and selflessness. Quote number 1. Learning something good is difficult. Like climbing a mountain, it requires hard work and perseverance. To reach the top, learning something bad is easy. Like sleeping on the mountaintop, one false step and you fall into a deep abyss. Quote number 2. The individual's benefit is tied to the collective benefit. If the individual's interest conflicts with the collective interest, revolutionary ethics demand that the individual's personal benefit must serve the common interest of the group. Quote number 3 is the love for the country, not the communist ideal, that inspires me. Quote number 4. The Home Kings have made contributions to building the nation. We, the descendants, must together preserve the nation. Quote number 5. For the sake of 10 years' benefit, we must plant trees. For the sake of 100 years' benefit, we must cultivate the people. Quote number 6. Our youth are very enthusiastic. If we know how to combine that enthusiasm and guide them correctly, the youth will become a very strong force. Quote number 7. Whether the rivers and the mountains of Vietnam become prosperous, whether the Vietnamese people step onto the pedestal of glory to stand shoulder to shoulder with the powers of the 5 continents, largely depends on the education of the children. Quote number 8. Teachers must pay attention to both talent and ethics. Talent is culture, expertise, and ethics is politics. If you want students to have ethics, teachers must have ethics. Teachers must be role models, especially for children. That responsibility is very noble and important. Quote number 9. Children are like birds on a branch. Knowing to eat, sleep, and study is being obedient. Quote number 10. Rice when brought to pound is so painful, but once it is powdered, it turns white like cotton. Living in this world is the same. Only through hardship and training can one succeed. Quote number 11. Whatever old and bad must be abandoned. Whatever old, not bad, but troublesome, must be modified reasonably. Whatever old and good must be further developed. Whatever new and good must be implemented. Quote number 12. One year begins from spring. One life begins from youth. Youth is the spring of society. Quote number 13. All of you need to pay utmost attention to the issue of forest protection. If we allow our people to damage a bit, farmers to damage a bit, construction sites to damage a bit, even geological survey teams to damage a bit, it would be very harmful. Destroying a forest is easy, but rebuilding it takes decades. If we destroy forests like that, it will affect the climate, production, and many aspects of life. Quote number 14. We would rather sacrifice everything, but never accept losing our country, never accept becoming slaves. Quote number 15. Whatever task, even if benefits oneself, one must consider if it benefits the country. If it does not benefit the country and harms it, then we must not do it. Strive to do one thing beneficial for the country every day. Beneficial for the country means beneficial for oneself, even if it's a small task. Then, in a year, you will have done 365 tasks. Many small benefits add up to a big benefit. Quote number 16. We are not afraid of mistakes, only afraid of committing mistakes without determination to correct them. To correct well, one must be willing to listen to criticism from the masses and honestly self-criticize. Refusing to listen to criticism and lacking self-criticism will lead to being outdated and regressive. Being outdated and regressive will make the masses abandon you. That is the natural outcome of individualism. Quote number 17. We must remember that every talented person has both strengths and weaknesses. We should harness their strengths and have them improve their weaknesses. A narrow-minded attitude leads to a narrow actions, resulting in many enemies and few friends. A narrow-minded individual will have few supporters. A narrow-minded group cannot thrive. Quote number 18. I advise our compatriots to unite tightly and broadly. Even the 5 fingers on a hand are of different lengths, but all fingers converge at the palm. In tens of millions of people, there are differences like this or that, but these differences all come from our common ancestors. Therefore, we must be tolerant. We must acknowledge that as descendants of the Lakhon clans, everyone has the little or a lot of patriotism. Towards those who are lost or misguided, we must approach them with affection. Only through this can we achieve great unity, and with great unity, the future will surely be glorious. Quote number 19. The word people, in the narrow sense, refers to family, siblings, relatives, and friends. In the broader sense, it encompasses all compatriots in the country. Even broader, it includes all of the humanity, except for traitors who serve the nation, except for imperialist fascists who are like demons that we must steadfastly defeat. Towards others, we must love, respect, and hope. Quote number 20. A tree must have roots. Without root, the tree withers. A revolutionary must have ethics. Without ethics, no matter how talented, they cannot lead the people. Because to liberate the nation, to liberate the humanity, is a grand task. And without ethics, without foundation, if one has degraded and become vile, what can they accomplish? Quote number 21. The individual's achievements primarily stem from the collective. Therefore, those with achievements should not be arrogant, but remain modest. Humility and generosity are 2 virtues that every revolutionary must possess. Quote number 22. Individualism demands enjoyment and privileges. Everyone desires good food and nice clothes, but it must be appropriate to the circumstances and timing. At a time when our people still suffer shortages, if someone desires to indulge in luxury, that is unethical. Quote number 23. To guide the people, one must serve as a model to others to emulate. Many of our comrades have been successful, but there are still those who have degraded. The party has the responsibility to cleanse those comrades. Quote number 24. In front of the masses, simply writing communist on your forehead will not make them love us. The people only respect those with moral integrity. Quote number 25. There are 4 seasons in the sky: spring, summer, autumn, and winter. There are 4 directions on earth: east, west, south, north. People have 4 virtues: honesty, frugality, integrity, righteousness. Without one season, there is no sky. Without one direction, there's no earth. Without one virtue, there's no person. Quote number 26. While asleep, everyone appears kind. Upon waking, the wicked and the virtuous are distinguished. Virtue and wickedness are not inherent traits. They are mostly shaped by education. Quote number 27. One must uphold the spirit of independent thinking and freedom of thought. When reading documents, one must delve deep and understand thoroughly, not blindly believe every sentence in the book. When faced with an issue, one should bravely present arguments until the truth is revealed. For any problem, one must ask the question, why? Think carefully, consider if it aligns with the reality, and never blindly follow a one-way path. Thinking must be thorough. Quote number 28. Even if you can read thousands of theoretical books, if you do not know how to apply them, it's just like a box for the books. Ho Chi Minh's ideology is a compulsory subject for every university student. The importance of studying Ho Chi Minh's ideology subjects for students lies in shaping the future intellectual elite of the nation, especially in times of industrialization and modernization. He is a majestic and immortal monument in the hearts of every Vietnamese. The wise sayings of Uncle Ho are indeed the priceless treasure of the whole nation. Even if time drifts far away, those teachings still retain their original value. Every leader who has brought national freedom to their country deserves to be honored and appreciated, although there are hostile forces that constantly seek to create conflict and overthrow the government. With unity and vigilance, the people can maintain their autonomy and hold the power to decide their own future. I know that it is difficult to avoid errors in the translation process, but with a desire to bring the main content into a popular language for international friends, I hope you will bear with that. Today's video concludes here. Thank you for watching until the end. Please feel free to share about the great leaders in your hearts and learn from their wisdom and moral virtues. Goodbye for now.